Well, hello and welcome, folks, to Porsche Cup Challenge. These are the American divisions, the Americas. So anyone from North America, South America, Central America, we do have some from Central America, Costa Rica represent with Dan Marrera here, or just anywhere in the world. If this time zone works for you, welcome to our races. Come join us. This week we are coming in at you with Bathurst, Mount Panorama. And this is going to be one super tough, tricky track. I'll be honest. Last time we were here, I don't think very many cars finished without taking that fast repair. Luckily for these guys, we do have one fast repair available for them. So that's going to help a lot. That is going to help a lot in trying to survive this race. Oh, I'm just trying to move I have a track map up to try and help me with all of these corner names. And it's just not working so well right now. What is this? Anyways, I'll have to fix this after. Oh well, I'll fix that after. As you can tell, this is definitely an amateur level broadcast in comparison to the professional guys, and I try to keep it fun. My name is Michael McLeod. I am the league owner, league runner, person who's essentially primarily in charge of Porsche Cup Challenge, and we just try and keep it lighthearted, have fun with it, and yeah. So now we have our qualifying results. Let's pull those up really quickly, and then we can see who is going to be where. Benji Pedersen is in first place in pole position, Australian, of course. And then Samuel K. Sproul in second, Australian, of course. And a home track for these guys. Adam Schmidt in third, Jonathan Dekesher in fourth, Jason Lyons in fifth, Carl Ripping, Ariel Julian, Young Choi, Sean Mulholland, Dan Marrera. Reverse that order. I made a mistake on that one. Anyways, then go down this order a little bit. You got Anthony Robertson, Mark Santan, Phil Straffarelli, Shannon Mothero, Gary Watson, Jeffrey Seabach, Stefan Hassett, and away we go. Let's get rid of this so you can actually take a look at the cars. We're about to go green, I'm sure. We're going to take a look at the cars at that starting grid. There you go. Look at that. I actually want to get rid of that timing tower right now. Where is that? We're just waiting for all the cars to grid. They got about, I think, 30 seconds to get themselves ready, get themselves in the correct mindset, and get ready for those green lights. And of course, we do have a standing start, which is super duper exciting, honestly. Just because there's so much that can happen in that standing start, so much that can go right, so much that can go wrong, and it's absolutely a learned skill. It's a really fun learned skill. You can see Benji Pedersen here is on the inside for turn one. Samuel K. Sproul is in the second position here on the outside. Lights are up in the middle of the screen, and we're about to grow green. Here we go. We got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights are off now. Away we go. Here they go, heading to turn ones. Ben is cutting over to the outside to get that better exit out of the first turn. Everyone is just filing through nice and smooth, and there is Stefan Hassett in the very back there. Ben Pedersen leading the charge up the hill, going towards the mountain for the very first time. You can hear the engines roaring as they're going up that hill. Absolutely wonderful sound, I gotta say. And here we go. There is Young Choi in that pink livery back with that pink car. There's Philip Straffarelli making a pass on Mark Santana. Mark Santana getting a little bent out of shape from that move from Mark Santana, and now he's potentially going to be in striking range for Shannon Mothral. Ariel Julian, if we look a little further ahead, is up 1 position over Carl Ribbing. So Carl Ribbing is down 1 spot. Must have been from a mistake. Here they are at the very top of the hill. This is where it gets really exciting, folks. Ariel Julian making a move on Jason Lyons. Would you look at that? They're going to be, oh boy, here we go. Down the mountain for the very first time. And this is where things get real exciting right here. This is the dipper. You can see that elevation as those cars go for a huge jump. Philip Straffarelli is up 3 spots. Let's bring up this timing tower and I can show you exactly who is where, who's gained what. And yeah, you're really gonna see the movers, the shakers, and there we go. Wait. So, there you go. There you go. You can see who's up, who's down, and how far absolutely everyone is from each other. Looks like... Okay, so let's get right to that leader of this race. We got Benji Pedersen is way up ahead. Yeah, I say it's only 1 second, but I'm saying way up ahead because that's quite a gap to pull on such a fast driver as Samuel Sproul. Something has happened to Jason Lyons. He is now going into the pits. Oh, and there goes Young Choi spinning on the very last corner of the track. And that is the danger of this track, as I was saying earlier. Just surviving, just plain flat out surviving is going to be an absolute challenge. And here they go. Let's go for a blimp view as they go up that hill. You can see all of them basically into a nice, neat single file, some passing here and there. Who is this? This looks like Philip Straffarelli. So Philip Straffarelli, you can see a little bit further up, and that is the distance that Ben and Samuel and this lead pack has put on the rest of the field. That distance after just 1 lap. And in our feature race, we're going to have 30 minutes. So that will be really interesting to see how that plays out with all that extra time. Let's go right back to that action. Let's go right back to that action. We're going to follow along with Dan Marrera, who has quite a few cars hot on his tail as he's heading down the dipper. You can see that massive drop in elevation, and the cars get real loose in that exact moment. And I gotta say, it's not an easy track. Here is the hairpin, as some call it. I don't know why. To me, it's just Forest Elbow. It's a massive incline. It's a pain in the butt kind of corner where you just can never make that car turn. It just does not turn. Especially this car. This car has no ABS, folks. No traction control. Here's Philip Straffarelli going for a move on the inside of Sean Mulholland into... This was called, what was this corner called? The Chase. That was called the Chase. I think it's the Chase. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but I believe that was the Chase. Mark Santana, something has happened to Mark Santana's went off track. We got Stefan Hassett went off track. And let's take a look at exactly how did that happen. Here is... Okay, this is too slow for my liking. That is way too slow for my liking. Okay, so here is the full speed. Oh, and that is gonna hurt, and that is gonna be 2 more cars most likely having to come into the pits. Now Mark Santana went off as well. Where did Mark Santana go off? And it looks like here's 2 cars. He just a little bit late on the brakes, trying to avoid the car in front. Oh, trying to avoid the car behind. And just some unfortunate experiences there for some of those drivers. Okay, Benji Pedersen. Wow, look at this. Samuel K. Sproul is 2 seconds behind Ben. I like to call him Benji, or, you know, amateur golfer. Guy who loves going into the beach, into the sand. Here's Ben right here. Hopefully he's not going to have any of those experiences today. Here at Bathurst, he's definitely showing he's in charge of this race already. Very early on. Adam Schmidt, car number 12, not too far behind some of these very fast drivers, showing he's really got what it takes to hold on right up near that front. Jonathan Deckisher, one of our amateur drivers last season, I believe he won I believe it was P1 in the amateur division last season, and so now qualifying up where he's finished, or where he's qualified, he will be pushed up into the pro division. So congratulations, Jonathan Dekischer, for jumping on up into into the big boy league. We're gonna go right to Dan Moreira, who's got a lot of cars around him from the very beginning to the all the way up till now. He's got Philippe Straffarelli. Let's go Flipper Straffarelli. Anything works, right? Let's go Flipper Straffarelli for now. So Flipper Straffarelli. Oh, where'd Dan go? That was interesting. Dan Moreira just absolutely disconnected. Where'd he go? Okay, so that's an easy pass for Flipper. The Flipper gets an easy pass, and now he's got Carl Ribbing directly in front of him to chase down. He has a little bit of a draft, I think. Wait, Dan Moreira is back? No, he's not. We'll report back in on that one when we can figure out how that one is going. I have no idea. I'm super confused. If someone could help me out, that would be grand. Absolutely grand. Here is Sean Mulholland, amateur driver. It's extraordinaire. I think he's going to be definitely trying to go for a good amateur division run this season with Porsche Cup Challenge. He's got Gary Watson directly ahead of him right now as they're going across the top of the hill. You can see this is the skyline. They call it the skyline. As you go under that massive sign, you want to be all the way to the left, not where these guys were, unfortunately. If you're not all the way to the left as you enter that skyline, it's going to be really hard for you going down that hill. You're going to feel like you're out of control the entire time. Using all of that track, even though that there are concrete barriers and walls and all the scary things, you just gotta, put on the big boy underwear and go right up to that wall, scrape those mirrors, and I guarantee it's going to help you out plenty. Really, really will. I'm going to head right to near the front. We got Ariel Julian is following Jonathan Dekischer newly into the pro division. Jonathan Dekischer's got Ariel Julian, who's been in the pro division for many, many seasons now. Ariel Julian for a few seasons starts out very strong and somehow fizzles out about midway, and just luck does not go his way. I've seen it where he's top 3 in the entire league after about 4 or 5 races, and just bad luck after that. So look to Ariel Julian to turn this season around and really, try and finish strong and have a good half of the season as well, not just the front half. I'm going to head on over to Jason Lyons, who is right behind, I believe it's Stefan or Steve. You know what? You could say this is Steven, Stefan, Steve. So many different ways. I like Stefan for now. Hassett. I'm guessing that's French, but I'm not quite sure. Jason Lyons is directly behind. He is 2/10. Is he going to go for that move up the inside into turn 2? Not quite. He is going to hold out and wait it out, try and wait for a better time as they head up into the cutting. This is here. The cutting, you can see the incline right there. If you get that right, if you get that turn right, the banking, the incline, everything, it compresses the suspension of that car and really flings you around that corner. I like to hold third gear through that because you can really pin that throttle a lot sooner. Oh, I'm going to mute that so that you don't get to hear what they're saying, just in case. You really want to hear it? I don't know. Let me know in the chat above in the Twitch stream here. Oh, Jason Lyons hitting the wall once again. That is not going to help him out. We have here Ariel Julian is chasing down Jonathan Dekischer, getting closer than ever. You can see into the chase. Unfortunately, under braking, he lost all that ground that he had just recently made up under draft. And here we go, just a little bit. Where did Jason Lyons go? Here is Jason Lyons. He's making that pass on Stefan Hassett, and there you go. Nice and easy. Zoom. Does Stefan try and make the move to the inside, gain that position back? No, he's gonna stay out of it and just be happy with where he's at, it looks like. So I'm gonna head right to the top 6 here. The battle for P6. Carl Ribbing, as you can see, hasn't won any positions. He hasn't lost any, and that's a good spot to be. Oh, an aerial. Oh, let's see what happened here. Real quick, let's just take a quick look. How did Adam crash? Oh, just lost control just a little bit, and that allowed the 2 cars of Ariel Julian and Jonathan Dekischer to make it on by. Oh my gosh. Adam, what are you doing, Adam? And here we go down the skyline. For the 6th time now, you gotta survive these walls for many, many laps. About 45 minutes of driving total. Adam Schmidt now down 2 positions. Ariel Julian is up 3. Jonathan Dekischer is up 1. Absolute wonderful drive from these guys to stay out of the walls and get ahead of Adam. Here's Carl Ribbing with Flipper Straffarelli heading down the hill right now into the chase. I believe it's called the chase. Correct me if I'm wrong once again in the Twitch chat if you're watching this live. Carl Ribbing being followed very closely, and it looks like Ariel Julian making a pass as well on Jonathan Dekischer. Where is Dekischer? Oh no! Oh no, that is not good. And it looks like the flipper is also spun out. We're gonna have to take a quick look at exactly how did that happen? Okay, so here we go. Here is Ariel Julian. Ariel Julian makes the pass on Jonathan Dekischer up the inside into the chase. And Dekischer, a little bit of a neck bump. I think he turned in just a little bit, and he is out of control with his car, trying to lock up and save it. Adam Schmidt did not see it coming, and he just unfortunately made contact. Oh, and then the flipper was just spun out, I think, trying to avoid what was happening. I like that. He's now the flipper. Flipper Straffarelli. Anyways, and the result of that has put the likes of Carl Ribbing all the way up in the 4th position, up 2 spots total. Adam Schmidt is still down 2. Ariel Julian is up 4 spots, and that's just the challenge that you've got here with Bathurst, Mount Panorama, baby. Right up to the leader of the race. He's having a boring yet exciting race. Perfect drive. You can see how close he's getting to those walls, and that's exactly why he's up in the lead on the exit using all of that track. I don't know how he does that. It must be the Aussie things going on down under there, but going all the way to the wall to wall, apex to exit. That's put a 4.6 second gap as he heads down the mountain on Samuel K. Sproul. Samuel K. Sproul is way up that mountain in comparison. And then way, way further up, you've got Ariel Julian. That is a long straight. If they're all on that straight and they're about 16 seconds apart, woo, that is one long straight. You could go through McDonald's drive-thru while waiting for these guys to get down that straight. Anyways. Got Carl Ribbing with Adam Schmidt now catching hot on his tail. We're going to have one more lap to go. Adam may be able to pass. Who knows? Who knows? Mark Santana is still following the likes of Gary Watson. Gary Watson in that Monster Energy car. I love that. I've always loved that livery. He's used that every season that he's been with us. We have 3 Aussies with us this race. Absolutely awesome. I like that. And here we go into the very, very last turn. Young Choi looks like he's trying to take one position away from Stefan Hassett into the chase, and that is car 65 losing another spot. That front aero damage is really hurting him right about now, and it's just putting him further and further back as the laps go on. He is wanting this race to end. I'm telling you right now, his car is wanting this race to end. I'm sure he wants this race to end. He wants to start with that fresh car. It is not an easy time for him. Here's Jeffrey Sabak. Let's Sabak. Anyways, he's just coming across the line. He's 1 lap down. This is the final lap. Here we go. This Carl Ribbon going across the top of the mountain, heading towards the skyline in due time with Adam Schmidt very, very close behind. Is Adam Schmidt going to try and make a move heading down the skyline? No, he's going to hold out. He's going to stay nice and peaceful and try and close that gap as they head through the... Ooh, I hear some wall, and that is not good. And he's going to try and close that gap as they head through Forest Elbow, but it looks like he is not having any success at that. Is he going to be close enough? 4/10? I don't think so. And it looks like Young Choi has crashed and he is out. We'll take a look at what happened after. Can't take our eyes off of this excitement as here in the lead of the race, Ben Pedersen comes across that start-finish line to win our first sprint race here. Congratulations, Ben Pedersen. Here is Carl Ribbing with Adam Schmidt into the chase, and we're going too wide. Carl has the better line at heading out of that corner to the last braking zone on the track. Shannon Mothral is going up the outside of Adam Schmidt. Adam Schmidt's going to have to defend that inside on Shannon, and Adam is able to stay just barely ahead of... And Shannon... Looks like Shannon Mothral's make a pass into P5. Adam Schmidt is down 3 positions total and just absolutely did not have the race he was looking forward to after his qualifying. Here is the flipper Straffarelli coming across Jason Lyons after taking that fast repair. Not too bad to come back into P11. Sean Mulholland in P12. Stefan Hessett in P13. And that one looked like it hurt. And what happened to Young Choi? Can we take a look real quick? Am I going to have enough time? Into the cutting. It looks like he's not using all of the track, and that is going to hurt him big time on the exit. And he just gave up. He hit the wall and said, I'm giving up. I'm done. That's exactly what happened. Who's on track still? Oh. There we go. And let's pull up those, let's see, heat 1. No, I want to bring up those finishing positions, just like that. And you can see in the left of our screen, we've got the warm-up, and so that is a little bit of time for our drivers to, go to the washroom, make themselves feel a little better about a good race or a bad race that they just had. If they want to get a bit of a mental reset, it's a great time to do that. And in the meantime, let's pull up a little bit word from our sponsor, Swelio Almeida, and we're going to have to get his logo, I'm sure. We're going to splatter his logo around here for just being the friendly sponsor that he is for a Porsche Cup Challenge. And it's Swelio Almeida's motor racing checklist and in-depth racing course for intermediate and advanced drivers looking to find more. And honestly, I have this racing course, would highly recommend it. Look for our coupon code PCC25, and if you end up buying the motor racing checklist, use the coupon code PCC25. It'll give you I think it's a $30 or $40 US dollar discount, and a portion of those proceeds will go towards supporting this league. So it's a win-win. You get a little bit faster, and then you can use all of those learned skills in our races. And on top of that, please come to our practice races every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Canadian Eastern Time. We do a no damage off race with triple heats, 10-minute heats. It's just 3 quick starts, everyone next to each other for 30 minutes straight, basically. And it's an excellent time to practice. And, moves you would never try, moves you shouldn't try. It's actually a lot of fun. So let's go back to that race overlay. Here we go. Gonna get rid of the not so important stuff. There we go. Oh! And it looks like Gary Watson is starting on pole position with Anthony Robertson in P2. This is going to get really, really exciting. I really absolutely cannot wait, actually, to see how this goes. Are they going to decide to just start from the pit, or are they going to say, you know what, I'm taking this pressure. I'm going to eat this alive. I'm going to start at the very front of this field. I absolutely cannot wait. It looks like they're getting into their cars. They are taking on the challenge. Absolutely love to see that. There is Gary Watson starting on pole for this race. The lights are up in the middle of the screen, and we're about to go green. Here we go. We got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights are off, and away we go. Green light. Gary Watson not getting the start he was hoping for. Adam Schmidt is in prime position to maybe make some passes, get up ahead. A little bit further back, Samuel Sproul making a move up the inside a little bit. And it looks like Ben, because of that, may have gotten a little bit of a better exit. Ben is going to be on the inside heading into turn 2 and may be able to make the move on Samuel K. Sproul. And so he might be able to start walking away. Here we go. Anthony Robertson is gaining first position. We got Shannon Mothral. And up the hill we go. Adam Schmidt already into the lead of this race. There comes the flipper. Flipper followed behind by Samuel K. Sproul. Jason Lyons not far back. Everyone seems to be behaving for the most part right about here. Oh, and it looks like Sean Mulholland and Stefan Hassett, same team there. Love it. Gonna look up at the leader of the race. We got Adam Schmidt. He is starting to build a little bit of a gap. I'm going to bring up that timing tower so you can see the gaps from one car to the next. These are the exciting things. If there's anyone in this race that you're trying to follow along with, now you absolutely can. Here is Ben trying to make his way through the field. He obviously has the pace. Is he going to be able to do it? He has a lot of cars in front of him. Here is going to be the place to do it as they head into Forest Elbow right there. Shannon Mothral, one driver with a lot of pace. He is going to most likely be able to make a pass on Gary Watson. Ben is right behind Ariel Julian, as you can see right there. Gary Watson, is he trying to throw a bit of a defensive line? Let's find out how this goes as we head down the hill. There's Ben going on the inside on Ariel. Oh, not quite. A little bit of an over-under, and Ben makes the dive up the inside, making a pass. Oh, he got so aggressive, lost control of his car. There goes Gary Watson into the background, into the sand. Here we go into the very last corner. This is called, I don't know what this corner is called. Oh, Ben trying to get real aggressive, hopping the curb, getting overlap on Ariel Julian, heading into, this is called Hell's Corner, I believe it is. And they're going to be going up the hill too wide. This is going to be absolutely wild. I see a lot of notifications, a lot's going on right about now. There's just a lot of racing, absolutely intense. Ariel Julian is still fighting off the likes of Ben Pedersen, who has extremely great pace. Is Philip Straffarelli going to push this 3 wide up into turn 2? No, I don't think he is. And there's Ben. Is Ben using all of that track? He's going to be on the inside. Oh, he is still behind into the cutting, and here we go. Oh my gosh, Ben is having a tough time trying to get by. How is Samuel K. Sproul doing? Here's Shannon Mothral making a pass on the very top of the mountain. That is absolutely brave, but you know what, we're all racing drivers here. You gotta do what you gotta do to get ahead. Here is Ben. He is still following the likes of Ariel Julian. We got the flipper Straffarelli directly behind as they all come down the hill. There is Samuel K. Sproul. That is Carl Ribbing, Mark Santana, Jonathan Dekesher. Oh, Anthony Robertson has crashed. Ariel Julian has crashed. How did that one happen? Let's take a quick look. Here they go as they head down the hill and into the dipper. There is the wall. And Ariel Julian is directly behind and unfortunately makes contact. And all of those cars, oh, and he didn't exactly hold his brakes. Unfortunately, did not really hold his brakes. But that allowed a lot of cars to get on by, some with damage, some not. And there you go. A little bit of patience has put Ben Pedersen all the way up into third, up 5 positions total. Absolutely wonderful, stupendous drive from Ben. There is Philip Stratford. He must have a meatball flag. Oh, and he's struggling to get into the pits, so he is going to use that fast repair right about now. He's going to find out where he comes out. Adam Schmidt is in the lead with Shannon Mothral directly behind, and that Ben Pedersen car, the Blackout Motorsports, not too far back. Samuel K. Sproul is in 4th position with Carl Ribbing in 5th. Jonathan Deckisher and Mark Santana. This is an amateur driver sandwich with Young Choi in tow. And then not too far back, you got Jason Lyons, Stefan Hassett, Gary Watson, who went off previously, and then Jeffrey Seebach. And how did Sean Mulholland get so far back? How did he go so far back? Here is Sean Mulholland going off the track. How did he go off the track? It looks like him and Gary Watson maybe had a little bit of a kerfuffle. Let's find out. It looks like he just outbrakes himself and sends himself to the beach for a vacation. Ayo. So let's get back to that racing action. We got Jonathan Deckisher and Carl Ribbing. Mark Santana not far behind, ready to pick up the pieces on anything that happens. Stratfarelli is still in the pits. I'm surprised by that. And it looks like... Oh, and there is team on team carnage. Absolute... team on team carnage. I am not sure what happened there, but we tuned in at just the right moment to see I don't even know what, unfortunately, and that is going to send Sean Mulholland to the pits, unfortunately. Once again, unfortunately. It's a word I gotta use a lot in that situation. A little bit of a spin, and you just gotta hold the brakes until those cars go by, or else you're gonna very likely cause a crash. With these walls all being very, very close by, you really can't take a chance, and you have to hold those brakes. Here's Jonathan Deckisher and Carl Ribbing are still very, very close together. Looks like Jason Lyons has Gary Watson maybe closing the gap, maybe not. We'll have to find out how that goes as the lap continues. Let's do a quick run through this field to see how everyone's doing right about now. We got Adam Schmidt into the lead. He is 2 positions up. He's going to be trying to make do of the position he's in right now, I'm sure. Hold on to this strong pace he's got and hope that Ben can't make it through Shannon in time. He wants to redeem himself. Absolutely sure of that heat race that he had. And so we'll have to see how this goes. Shannon Mothral, Moonshine Extraordinaire, is in 2nd place. He's up 2 spots total. Going across the skyline right there. You can see Adam Schmidt just barely in the distance. We'll have to see how that goes. Looks like Shannon is not as quick down the hill. He just lost about 2/10. Oh, he gained it all back as soon as he hit the dipper. Perhaps, maybe not. But it looks like Adam is just slightly quicker going down that hill. And Ben Pedersen is just... Wait, what can you say? Well, maybe he wasn't using all the track right there, but... He did on exit, a little bit of a wiggle on the tail there, on the tail end, and that is not going to help him. But I'm sure he'll gain it somewhere else on this track. That Samuel K. Sproul, he is 1.4 seconds back, means he's perfect drafting range. He's going to be able to hold on to Ben's draft, I'm sure, for many, many laps to come. So we'll see how that one goes. Carl Ribbing is under attack from Jonathan Deckisher. Still, I have a feeling these guys may be near each other for a long time to come. They both seem to be very similar pace. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm predicting Jonathan is going to be on the more conservative end and not really go for a pass. He has a little bit of and Carl Ribbing slow on the exit has allowed Jonathan Deckisher to make a pass. Just as I was saying that, absolutely gonna eat my words. Carl Ribbing has just lost 1 spot. Jonathan Deckisher is up 10 total, and away he goes up the hill. Carl, what you doing, Carl? Anyways, here we go with Mark Santana and Young Choi heading up to turn 2. Turn 2, I don't believe, has a name for it. It's just turn 2. Last I checked, it's just turn 2. As you head up, further up the hill, you don't stop climbing for quite a while. This left turn right here is the cutting. If you enter that turn, oh, don't hit that wall, baby. If you enter that turn from all the way to the right, it gives a very nice exit when you get that compression of the car. Oh, and Young Choi is hitting a lot of walls. He is eating cement like it's dessert. And at this rate, I don't know if he's going to be able to finish the race if he keeps this up. So just a little bit further back is Jason Lyons. His car looks squeaky clean, a little too clean for a track with walls, don't you think? Anyhow. Oh, there it is. There's the damage. Oh, yeah. There you go. That's how you know you're kissing walls and pushing limits. And so if Jason Lyons can keep it out of the wall more than Young Choi, there's another free spot. And, oh, looks like Mark Santana just got passed. So Mark Santana locked a tire and Young Choi just got passed. But Mark Santana with a car with no aero damage is going to have a huge advantage as he heads down to the chase. Is he going to go for the inside? No, he's going to let Young Choi stay ahead. I'm quite surprised. I thought he would have gone for that move. And I guess it's just the conservative nature of Mark. He's usually the one that says, to finish first, you must first finish. And generally that's been Mark's attitude, is finish the race more than anyone else. Stay on track and keep it safe. And honestly, I've got a similar mentality. I really do just try to be as fast as I can without losing control, without spinning, without causing an incident. And I'm an announcer, commentator, broadcaster, whatever you want to call me this season. But the past two seasons, I was P3 overall in the season, which I feel quite proud of, I guess. Also, and a lot of that came from just focusing on staying consistent, learning how to control the car, and understand, oh, and there's a wall for Young Choi. That is not going to help him. Oh, and there's another wall. So Mark Santana is going to be able to pass him, I'm sure, if he... Oh... And just staying consistent is definitely a key to success. You can be the fastest driver in the world, but if you cannot finish a race cleanly and consistently, you're not going to get a lot of points. Sadly to say, Charles Leclerc is a perfect example who he just hasn't been able to finish. He's a world-class driver, one of the best drivers on that grid in F1, and he just cannot have a good finish. Something happens every single time. And here's Jason Lyons has now caught up. Wow. Oh, so Ben may have just had a real good braking zone because he was 4/10 away from Samuel K. Sproul. Samuel K. Sproul maybe had a bad braking zone into the chase and lost 6/10 of time. Somewhere around that. And don't look too far. It looks like, oh, Young Choi is going to have to go into the pits. Absolutely. When you banged your car up that many times, I don't think you are going to make it around, sir. Sorry to say. So that leaves Mark Santana up into 7th. Jason Lyons into 8th. And he is 5/10 or less behind Mark Santana. Let's take a further look back. Here is Stefan Hassett. After that unfortunate situation, Anthony Robertson battling it out with him as they head down the hill. Is Anthony Robertson, he started in 2nd spot and is all the way back here. So I'm sure he's going to be kicking himself after this race. You know, a lot of times when you have a good race, it's super exciting as they head into the chase. Stefan is on the inside, Anthony on the outside, a little bit of curb, and it upsets the car. Uh-oh. Oh, no! He's going to have a lot of time. There goes Jonathan Deckesher. There goes Carl Ribbing. Let's take a look. How did Shannon crash? Oh, no! Shannon going across the skyline. Oh, Shannon. Oh, Shannon. Oh, maybe a little bit too much moonshine or Shiner Brook or something for you tonight, buddy. I think you got your beer goggles on that one. Sorry, man. Now you're down into 6th position with Mark Santana, Jason Lyons directly behind you. Hopefully you don't have to take that fast repair. Jason Lyons, is he going to go for that inside move on Mark Santana? No, he is not close enough. He is just... Oh, he is poking the nose. He is filling mirrors. He is getting absolutely aggressive on car 333 of Mark Santana. You know, I have a feeling that he's going to send it. I'm just not sure where or when. I can't look away. I can't look away at all. So that's put Ben G. Pearson and Samuel K. Spruill into 2nd and 3rd respectively. These Blackout boys, they are fast. We're not, you know what? I think this may be the end of letting Aussies into our league. They're just too bloody fast. You know, how can you compete against these guys? They're too fast. Pedersen has, oh, there's a wall for Sproul. So that's going to slow him down just a little bit, but Sproul and Pedersen are about 5 to 6 seconds behind Adam. Adam has put in some solid laps, so he just has to put his head down, focus, and not hit that wall. And it's at moments like this that you gotta hit the dipper, you gotta hit every apex, hit every exit perfect. As you can see, just that one mistake and he's lost 4/10 of time, and it's now down to 3/10 total loss just after a few sequences of corners. That's, oh no! Oh no! What happened? Let's take a look exactly what happened there. It looks like Jason Lyons is following Mark Santana. Oh, and Shannon spins and causes absolute chaos. It looks like not able to react. Oh! Yeah, and I think that's what the beer goggles will do to you. Wow. So that is going to put Jason Lyons effectively way down into 8th position. Wow. So Mark Santana definitely got the best of all of that happened right there. Gary Watson is up into 7th. I should say down into 7th, up into 7th. So he started on the pole position, bled a whole bunch of positions. By staying consistent, it's back with basically both drivers. They have the same type of mentality, these two. Just be the steady Eddie of the league, the steady Eddie of the pack, and you're going to finish well. And that, you know, hey, look how it's doing for them right now. Pretty darn good, wouldn't you say? Gary Watson's in 7th, Mark Santana in 6th. We got a whole bunch of drivers out. And that's how the walls work. A little bit further up, you got Carl Ribbing. He's following Jonathan Deckesher. Deckesher made that pass. And now is leading Carl Ribbing. It looks like just going up a few corners. Oh, a little bit of a wall. Hopefully that does not slow him down, or maybe that's netcode. I have no idea. But what I do know is he's just putting tenths and tenths on that gap to Carl Ribbing. Just at the top of the mountain, he's put about 5/10 of gap. So that is a strong showing from Deckesher, and exactly why he'll now be in the Pro Division for this next season. His pace is definitely there. He may not be front end top field pace, but you can definitely see he's got the potential. Last season he joined our league and he was just bottom of the barrel, absolute tanking it. Just did not have those first few races, absolutely terrible. Got crashed out, but he I guess he rolled out of bed onto the other side and said, I'm going to change and turn this around. He did, and he became our top amateur driver for the next 9 races and won the amateur division title. Would you look at that? And look at him go. He's still improving. This guy's got a lot of potential. So we now have 10 minutes left in our race. We have 10 minutes left now in our race. So Adam Schmidt is... Here's Gary Watson. He's losing a little bit of ground on Mark Santana. So we're going to head on up to Adam Schmidt. I want to take a look. How does it look if we're in this position? This is the gyro cam. I wonder if you can get a sensation on how it feels to go up and down the hill. Here we go. This is the skyline. You can see that crazy elevation change. The dipper. Whoa. Quite a drop. The car absolutely gets weightless. And as soon as I switch to Adam Schmidt, he loses a lot of pace. He just lost 5-6 tenths. So I'm going to switch off of him and let him do his race. Or not do him a dirty. Here's Ben coming down the hill. He is just absolutely blazing. Guns a-blazing. Samuel K. Sproul. I always said Sproul before, but I think it's Sproul. Is in third. Aw, and the flipper Straffarelli is out. That's, oh yeah, that crashes and so on. And so the closest race we've got on field right now, because the pack is very much separating from each other. Fortunately, our races are just little tiny mistakes. One thing I do love about the league racing and our league in general is the community aspect that we have, and I hope that everyone who races within it can agree, and also just share the league, share the love that we've got, and bring more people into the league who would be fitting for this type of community and this type of group. So we're definitely going to be looking into trying to expand our league into being a little bit bigger. We do have 3 drop weeks in our season, so anyone who joins in the next race is still going to have 1 drop week to go, like 1 free drop week to be used. They'll have the first 2 races as drops, of course, as a 0, but anyone new would still have then 1 bad free drop week race after that. And even all the way to week 4, someone new can actually join and win P1 in the season championship if they can really put together every single race being top notch. Oh, what happened there? Young Choi just passed Jeffrey Seabach. It looks like he made it easy for him. I actually want to take a look real quick. How did Shannon Montreal crash? Oh, that is a high speed. Oh. A little bit of an unpredictable pinballing car, and away you go. I see Young Choi crashed. How did Young Choi crash? Into turn 2. Looks like he tried to turn... Oh! Yeah. Not exactly a crash, but if you want to analyze that one real quick, watch this. I want to go half speed. So you can see his car dive down under braking and then abruptly turn in. And when you do that abrupt turn in, it's going to bring that rear end around like a pendulum. And that's exactly what happened right there. So smooth turn in, especially on that corner, or else you're going to have that rear end coming around swinging in ways that you just really don't like. Nobody likes that. So that smooth turn in definitely going to help you. And there's a few bumps going through that corner as well. A little bit of tidbit of information. And those bumps and an abrupt turn in are just really going to hurt you. You're not going to get the exit you want. You don't need a lot of steering angle on that turn. Because your focus is just smooth throttle, and it'll be the fastest way around, guaranteed. So we got 5 minutes, to go, and Pedersen has 2.2 seconds of a gap to Adam Schmidt. Is he going to be able to make it? He is trying his darnest to make it. Oh, and Adam Schmidt coming out of force elbow. Oh, this is going to be close. I think Ben is going to get up to beside him. Is he going to be able to make that pass? I don't know. Let's bring up some driver information so that we can see driver details. That is it? No, that is not it. Here we go. There you go. Look at that. There's Adam's car and a picture that he's chosen to upload. So there you go. Now you know a little bit more about our driver, and look at that in his car. You got a Spider-Man helmet. I love that. Absolutely love that. Let me see if I can get a better look at that one. Oh, how can I get into that car? No. Oh. Okay, you're just gonna have to get it from this view. There's Spider-Man coming up the mountainside. Look at that, shooting his webs wherever he can. Oh, that's a sticky mess in that car, I gotta say. Here's Ben Pedersen, 1.8 seconds behind. So we are gonna have, I think 3 laps more. So, oh, a little bit of a bad exit for Ben. He got wiggle, doing a little bit too much throttle. Really excited on that loud pedal, and didn't do him any favors, but he is just blazing through the top of this mountain. So, you know what? Absolutely anything could happen. Here's Adam Schmidt. Whoa. You can see how it may feel as they go down these corners. That elevation through force elbow is insane. Absolutely insane. And then this 40 seconds straight, and Ben is now in drafting range of Adam Schmidt. Oh my gosh. Let's see lap times. Here we go. That is the best lap time for Adam. 2:06.5. What is the best? 2:05.9. Ooh, that is fast. That is fast. There you go. Australia, New Zealand. There you go, perfect. I'm just playing around with the overlays now. Some things I just didn't know that you could do. I really didn't know you could do this. Lap times. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Look at that, 2:05.5. And last lap for Adam Schmidt was 2:06. Ooh, there's the Spider-Man helmet. Now you can see it live in action right there. So Adam Schmidt now has a battle on his hands, and a little bit further back, you're going to see Mark Santana, Gary Watson, Jason Lyons. So another battle has formed on the last few laps. Is this going to be the white flag lap? We're going to see if Barney, the flag guy, is waving that white flag. Where is Barney, our favorite dude? Is he waving that white flag as we pass that start-finish line? No, he is not. So that means there's going to be 2 more laps to go. So Adam Schmidt, if he wants to fight off Ben for the lead of the race, he is going to have to go all the way down the mountain and all the way back up one more time and win the race. And the maybe not looking so good for him right now. But you know what? Hey. Gotta hope. You gotta hope that you can make it. But Ben is definitely in that attacking range right now. He has the pace going down this hill right now. He's gonna have that draft. Oh, I think that Ben's gonna make a move as we head towards the chase right now. Is he gonna be able to do it? Oh, Ben's gonna go for the inside, and there he goes, up the inside on Adam Schmidt. Over the curb and away he goes, unsettling the car, but not able to get ahead. Adam Smith's able to battle him off, and he's going to have to do that for one more full lap if he wants to be the winner of this feature race. This last corner, I gotta say, is very tricky, very easy to spin out, as you saw Young Choi do in that first race. I've done it quite a lot myself. Really scary. It seems like a nice, easy corner, and it just absolutely is not. I think that turn 1 is called Hell's Corner, if I'm not mistaken. And, I would say that last corner is Hell's Corner. Jeffrey Seabaugh crashed. Let's just take a quick look before we go back to these battles. Oh, and going up the hill, and he has crashed, and he's out of the race. So let's take a look. Jason Lyons, is he going to make some overlap on Mark Santana? He gets up the inside, gives some space on the outside for Mark Santana. He's going to have the inside for the next braking zone. And Mark Santana, how did he get that exit? So Jason Lyons is still in the over-under, and playing head games, filling those mirrors, has brought Jason Lyons ahead of Mark Santana. And that is hard racing right there. Gary Watson is just enjoying it, watching them go at it in his mirrors. Now further in his mirrors, smaller in his mirrors, and he's able to start trying to just stay safe and stay away in 6th position. We're going to head up to the very front of this race where Adam Schmidt and Ben Pedersen are battling it. Ben is absolutely in striking range. He may have the position this time down the mountain. This very last lap, here we go. Adam Schmidt, is he going to choose the inside, the outside defensive line, or he's going to let Ben have it? Ben is going to take that right lane position. This is definitely the preferred one because of this little kink. And then, Adam Schmidt hits the brakes a little bit harder. Is this the over-under? And Ben is not able to make it happen. Adam Schmidt is still in the lead race. Adam Schmidt's going to throw that defensive line. He does not want Ben coming up the inside, and Ben is in 2nd position. A little bit of a wiggle coming out of that last turn. Not able to put the power down as much as he wanted. Almost stole that win off of Adam Schmidt. Anyways, congratulations, Adam Schmidt, for winning this race off of the Aussies and their home track. Congratulations, Adam Schmidt. Congratulations, Ben Pedersen, for coming up 6 positions total to be in 2nd. What a wonderful drive. We got Jonathan Dekesher up 11 spots total. Wow. He is in 4th position. Welcome to the pro class, Jonathan Dekesher. Carl Ribbing in 5th. I'll have to check if he's still pro, or if he's still amateur, or if he's pro. I have no idea. I'll have to look. I'll let you know. Gary Watson, he is still in the race. And you can see all of the drivers in the bottom left, their last lap and their best lap, just to get a little bit of an idea of where their paces are and so on. I'll bring up fastest lap after. Gary Watson is in 6th position, holding off Jason Lyons by staying nice and consistent. Mark Santana in 8th. Young Choi, there's that corner. Hey, you know what? Deja vu. I think you've crashed here before, bud. That wall's got your name written all over it at this point, eh? Here is Anthony Robertson just coming out of Forest Elbow still. And down that hill. And there is just absolutely a lot to soak in from this race. At this point in time, let's bring up everyone's best time. Just to show you. See, Mark Santana, 209.3, and he ended up in 8th position ahead of all those drivers. You know what that shows? Even after that battle with Jason Lyons and of him going off track and all that, 209.3, that shows that you don't have to be fast to be fast. You just have to be consistent, keep it on track, and place your car in the right spots over and over. If you can have a good start, be in good defensive positioning, you can finish well. So you can see Mothral 207.1, and the walls ate him alive, and he ended up much further back. And the flipper Straffarelli, he's very very fast, obviously, and just unfortunate events has brought him to P16. So it's totally just going to be a game of consistency, and then only at the very very front end, I think, is where the pace matters the most, at the very top end. But let's bring up our feature race results. There we go. Congratulations once again for Adam Schmidt, the drive of his life. He's basically won that back off of after that sprint race. He redeemed himself. I'm sure he's gonna have to go take a cold shower after that drive. Ben Pedersen, congratulations on that sprint race win, and great race to capture second in the feature. Samuel K. Sproul just being nice and consistent with strong pace, ending up in third. Jonathan Dekisher in fourth, Carl Ribbing, then Gary Watson up to sixth. What a great drive for Gary. Jason Lyons, Mark Santana, Young Choi hitting lots of walls all the way up, all the way down. Anthony Robertson, Jeffrey Seabach, and all the guys down here typically were in the walls a lot. Then there's Shannon Montreal, Stefan Hassett, Sean Mulholland. Those two just did not have a good time there. Philip Flipper Straffarelli, Ariel Julian, and Dan Marrera, I think, just had internet problems and disappeared, unfortunately. But there you go. That is our race. Bathurst, the Americas division. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Next week is going to be Road Atlanta. You know what? I'm really excited for Road Atlanta. I absolutely cannot wait. I hope that we have a big enough crowd, and it's going to be a real good race. Road Atlanta is a great track. It's an absolute classic. And so, yeah, we'll see how that one goes. And I guess that is the end of the broadcast, and we'll see you all next week. See you later, alligator.
Control, will you help me? Control, will you help me? Love about a liquor boy, will you hit me up? I lost control, will you help me?